Hi students, this is main lesson 7. In the last lesson I just introduced the relationship between number of A union B. This is what we verified. Number of A union B equal to number of A plus number of B minus number of A intersection B. With a few examples, I verified this relation. Today, let us try to understand this formula in two different cases. First one is this. Imagine you have, say, three pens. Let me call it as P1, P2, and P3. So, this is a set of pens owned by you, P1, P2, P3. Suppose your sister or brother is having, say, another two pens. Say, let me call it as P4, P5. Suppose I ask now, if you combine these pens, that means union. Combining means here union. So, definitely, number of A here is 3, number of B here is 2, and number of A union B, when you combine them together, definitely you get this set P1, P2, P3, P4, P5. So definitely is 3 plus 2. So this is 5. So no doubt. Now let me change this question. Change this question. Suppose you have a calculator, two calculators. Let us say C1 and C2 are the two calculators we are using. And the same thing, B, your brother or sister, let us say P4, P5, these are the two pens. And the same calculators are used by B also. So this is C1, C2. Then here what happens is, if you take A union B, you have seen this one, P1, P2, P3, then P4, P5, we are writing pen together. So then it is C1, C2. So in this case, what happens is, number of A union B, this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, it is 7. Whereas number of A, this is 3 plus 2, 5. And the number of B, this is 4. So here it is 7. 5 plus 4 is 9. But we have to subtract 2 to get this one. This is because, this is the reason. See, C1, C2 is here. And C1, C2 is here also. When you are combining, you are taking them only once. Whereas here, this C1, C2 comes here also. C1, C2 comes here also. Therefore, what you have to do is, once you have to subtract. So the formula is this one. N of A union B must be equal to, whenever it is having intersection is not non-empty, then it is number of A, then number of B minus number of A intersection B. So this is the formula. So today let us prove them, taking the first one as the basic rule. That is, whenever two sets are disjoint, number of A union B will be equal to number of A plus number of A. Therefore, you can take this as a rule. Rule 1 is this. Rule 1 is, if A and B are two sets which are disjoint, then number of A union B will be equal to number of A plus number of B. Only when they are disjoint, this is the rule. So example is not necessary. Now the second rule is, I will take it as rule 2. If A and B are not disjoint, not disjoint, then number of A union B equal to number of A plus number of B minus number of A intersection B. This we will prove now. To prove this one, we use this rule. Condition is whenever two sets are disjoint, number of A union B will be equal to number of A plus number of B. So this is the thing. Using the first rule, let us prove the second. So for this, proof can be given like this. Let A and B be two sets. Now, see, let us, what we do is, let us draw the diagram so that it is convenient. So this is A, this is A, this is B. So we have already seen this set area is A minus B, this is B minus A, and this common is A intersection B. And in one of the previous lessons, I have given you the relation A union B will be equal to union of three sets. One is A minus B, another one is A intersection B, another one is B minus C. Now let us say, let number of A equal to M. That means this set has, A has M elements, and number of B, let us say it is N. And since intersection is non-empty because they are not disjoint, therefore number of A intersection B, let us say this is P. So here the total element is M. This is having P element, means therefore number of A minus B, this should be M minus B. And number of B minus A, this should be equal to N minus B. N minus B. Now let us use this relation now. A union B equal to now A minus B. This we have already shown. Union A intersection B, union B minus A. So A union will equal to this area or this region and this region and this region. But here the interesting thing is all these three sets are disjoint. Whatever element is here, it cannot be here. Whatever element is here, it cannot be here. So now I can use this rule. Whenever the subsets are, so these sets are disjoint, number of A union B must be equal to number of this plus number of this plus number of this. Now from rule 1, number of A union B will be equal to, because they are all disjoint, number of A minus B plus number of A intersection B plus number of B minus A. Now apply, substitute the value, you get the formula. This will be equal to number of A minus B is M minus B, because A minus B is M minus B. Similarly, this is P. This is N minus B. So what do we get? You get M plus N minus B. But now M is number of A, therefore this is number of A, plus N is number of B, minus P is number of A intersection B, so A intersection B. So this proves the formula. Therefore you can remember this as the formula. Even if proof is asked, you will be able to deduce this one, but you have to remember this is the basic rule which you have to take in proving this property. So this is the most oftenly used property in sets, and it is used in application where we have to solve certain problems related to day-to-day life. Now let me give a few simple examples to understand this formula. To understand this formula. Say first example. First example is if number of x equal to 20, number of y equal to 30, number of x intersection y equal to 5, find what is number of x union y. So find this one, how much is this? So it's a very simple case. We know this formula, number of x union y will be equal to number of x, then plus number of y minus number of x intersection y. So therefore this you substitute now, this is 20, this is 30 minus this is 5. So this is 20 plus 30, 50 minus 5, so 45. And in some problems you should also know how to represent. It is not a must, but it is necessary in some problems where if you are able to represent this one using Venn diagram, it is very easy to answer some of the questions. So therefore, in any such problem, always try to relate the data with the diagram. AB, x and y. Here x and y. So now here x it is 20. Let us write here. This is number of elements. Here it is 30. Now x intersection y is 5 means here it is 5. Here it is 5. Then whatever is here, that is 20. Already 5 is here. So remaining I have to write. That means this is 15. 15 plus 5, 20 total. Here it is 30. Already 5 here. So it is 25. Now you see, if you use this formula, you get 45. If you use diagram also, it is same. 15 plus 5, 20. 20 plus 25, 45. It will be same. And sometimes question can be, what is number of x minus y? X minus y. X minus y means this one. It is 15. That means 20 minus common element you have to take. What is the formula actually? It is number of x minus number of x intersection y. Similarly, what is number of y minus x? It is number of y minus this one. So 25. So this is the way you can answer any question. Sometimes you have to use Venn diagram. Sometimes directly also you can do it. Let me give one or two simple examples today. And then in the next class we shall take the examples, that is in the supplementary lessons. Next example is this. Example. In a class of 50 students, 30 play cricket, then 35 play volleyball. If every student play at least one game, how many play both the games? So this is the question. Now this type of question you can do like this. See, in a class of 50 students, 30 play cricket, 35 play volleyball. So what you have to assume is here, let us take, let here cricket, let me take as C. Let C be the set of students who play cricket, and we be the set of students who play volleyball. Now, what is given according to the problem is every student plays at least one of the game, means n of A union B, this is given. This is 50. This is given. A union B means here C union B. C union B. Whatever set symbol you have taken here, same thing. Number of C, this is given. This is 30. Number of V, this is given. 35. What is the, how many play both means it is intersection. Number of C intersection V, this equal to how much? This is the question. Now use the formula. Number of C union V equal to number of C plus number of V minus number of C intersection V. So this you substitute. This is 50. This will be equal to 30 plus 35 minus number of C intersection V. So what is required is C intersection V. So you can say 50 equal to 65 minus number of C intersection V. Therefore, number of C intersection V will be equal to, we can take this left hand side, so minus becomes plus here, and here 65 minus 50, which is 15. That means there are 15 students in the class who play both volleyball and cricket. So you can also represent this like this in the Venn diagram, like this. This is 30. So here C 30, then V 35, and here total is common is 15 here. Then of course here remaining 15 here. Here it is 20. So you can check 20 plus 15 plus 15 is 30. 30 plus 20 is 50. So this is the thing. Now the question can be like this also. How many students play only cricket? So 15. That means number of C minus the intersection. Same way. How many students play only volleyball? This is something. There is one more question possible. How many students play only one game? Only one game means either cricket or volleyball. How many? It is 20 plus 15. See how many different types of questions can be answered with the help of the Venn diagram. 20 plus 15, that is 35 students play only one game, that is either cricket or volleyball. So this is the way we can solve many questions based on this formula. Therefore, please remember the application of sets. One important formula which we are using is this formula. Number of A union B equal to number of A plus number of B minus number of A intersection B. In the next class, let me show you this can be extended further. For example, instead of AB, suppose there are three sets. Number of, I want to find number of A union B, then union C. So union C, A union B union C. How to get the formula when there are three sets? So there is a formula. With the help of this formula, we can derive this. That we are going to do in the next class, and along with that, some examples related to this. This will be the last main lecture, that is ML8. With this actually we are completing the syllabus. Please note, within 8 hours, 8 sessions, that means only 4 hours, we are covering the whole syllabus of the chapter 1. But we have to consider the examples from exercises and then have to practice. That is in supplementary lesson. If you have subscribed my channel, it is well and good. But if you are not, please subscribe my channel so that you will get all the theoretical aspects will be clarified in the main lesson, and then we are going step by step to the exercise problems, and we will be solving all the problems. Of course, if repetition is there, same type of question, I may be leaving some of the questions, but this will definitely help you to understand and grasp the topic. And in the next lesson, I will also show you there is a concept called concept mapping. See, once you complete the chapter, you should also know how much you have studied. So there is a method. Those things I will be discussing in the next class. So till then, bye.